So today I'm here to talk about a controversial topic in the baseball world, and that's installing a new electronic thing called the automatic strike zone. So what the automatic strike zone is that it takes away the job of an umpire pretty much. The umpire usually calls balls and strikes of a strike zone that would be from around your chest down to your knees and the width of the plate. It would take away that job. It would be automatic. It would be called a ball and a strike every time perfect, which is not what baseball is. Baseball isn't perfect. Baseball is known to be America's pastime, and baseball has a huge history, and part of that history comes from error and comes from an umpire making a bad call or an umpire making a good call, and that's what baseball has been brought up on. And to change that wouldn't be right. Having so much history to a game, and it all changed because of an automatic strike zone. Think of all these pitchers that have thrown no hitters and a bunch of pitchers that have thrown perfect games, and now adding this automatic strike zone, you can say that those perfect games weren't legit or they weren't real because the umpires may have given them a lenient call, or the umpires may have given them a call that was, too much of a ball or too much of a strike, but they gave it to them, and they would just take that part of the game away. Every player has earned what they have because that's been the history of the game, and that's how the game has been played. So to change that now, it would take away from the history, and it's not how baseball is truly played. If this automatic strike zone is added into the game, it would also take away a ton of jobs. It would take away not only the professional umpires' jobs. Think of all little league players and all these leagues that they need umpires. And why would an umpire want to be a little league umpire if he doesn't aspire to be something greater? Maybe a high school umpire, maybe then the collegiate level. Then he becomes an umpire in the professionals. That's not going to be possible if they add this strike zone. So kids may have harder times finding leagues because leagues may have harder times finding umpires. So it could take away from this. It could take away from the whole game of baseball, starting from the little league level. These kids won't. These kids maybe they won't play baseball. Maybe they'll change and go play soccer, go play basketball, maybe go play football. So it'll change all of that. Think about all these little kids that they dreamt of being major leaguers, but since it's harder to find leagues, they don't play these sports. So it could change baseball in that way too. It could change baseball and not as many kids might want to play. So that's a big thing to think about when adding these electronic strike zones. You're taking away jobs from these umpires, which will take away jobs from these little leagues. So that takes away a big part of the game. And we're also adding this electronic strike zone. It would take away the flow of the game. Baseball is a game of error. If a batter hits the ball 3 times and gets a hit 3 times out of 10, he's considered a Hall of Famer. He's considered an amazing player. So why would it be right for an umpire to have to make the perfect ball and a strike when baseball isn't perfect? It's not a perfect game. For example, imagine this ball. Imagine having to judge this ball if it's a ball or strike coming in 60 feet away, coming in at 90 to 95 to 100 miles per hour. As you can see, it would be extremely hard to do that. So I don't know why they would think that an umpire can make that perfect call every time when they won't. And that's part of the game. That's part of the beautiful part of the game. They won't make that perfect call. And the part of the game that is also different is that a pitcher, they know when a strike zone, they know the strike zone of the umpire. Sometimes the umpire likes to call the high pitches, sometimes he likes the low pitches, maybe the inside or maybe the outside, and the pitcher has to adjust to that. So it adds a lot of skill to the game. If you're a pitcher and you see that he's calling the outside, you're going to want to hit the outside corner to get that call. So it takes away a big part of that game too. It would take away the flow of the game. Sometimes if a batter isn't swinging a lot, the umpire wants to make him swing. If the ball's close, they're going to give him a good strike. And if a pitcher's pitching a good game and he hits his corners and he's making it close, they're going to give him the strike. Where if there was an automatic strike zone that maybe if he's throwing a good game, he's in the zone, but he misses just a little bit, they're going to call the ball because it's automatic. When that's not what baseball is. It's not automatic. It's error. And that's how you succeed, and that's what baseball is all about. So I think adding this would take away a lot of the game. It would take away the history of the game. It would make the history seem a little less. It would also take away the part of the game that is error. Error is a part of the game, and that's what makes it so beautiful. So taking that away would be unjust, and so would taking away jobs from all these umpires.